for 12 years now, and I've got 3 kids who were all not born here, but born going to church here. And yeah, so we have been serving in Mosaic since pretty much day one.
Yeah, you were telling me that right before you got married, your husband Jared was in a community group at Mosaic, and you moved here on Saturday.
Yes.
Went to church with him on Sunday. And you told me a funny story about what happened in the evening.
So our friend Bryn from our community group invited me to church. We came, Jared was already going here, but we came, and she said, come volunteer for bingo night tonight. And so really I came and just was pushed right in and kind of didn't stop.
It's good to have a friend like that.
Yeah.
Who just pulls you straight into the whole thing. So 12 years, that's a lot of life, and your family's been at Mosaic in community that whole time. Are there any like highlights or special things you think about in that from all those years?
Yes. Well, all 3 of our kids were child dedicated here, which was a great experience to just have your, just the church that you have been going to just say that they're going to pray for your children, and to actually see God just really move. And with my kids, my oldest daughter, she got baptized this Easter. So just seeing that full through, and just all the activities that the kids, ministry has done, and just what an impact it has been on my family.
Yeah, totally. And you got pulled into bingo night, and then you and Jared both served as kids greeters.
Yes. So we started out 2 days a month as a greeter, which was really fun because we got to meet families that our kids were in class with. We would put their names in and see who their kids were. And so kind of having that face to the name was a really good way to meet people and really get to know them. Yeah.
Cool. So Lindsay's here today. We're kind of celebrating and in some ways saying see you later to Lindsay and her family. They're moving east at the end of this week. And Lindsay's been a really integral and important part of high school youth for a couple of years. I think you've been kind of on our youth staff for 2.5 years. And I just want to kind of celebrate that whole story. And so I was remembering you caught me in the lobby after church, and you said, hey, I've been thinking about serving in a different way. You were serving kids at that time. I don't know if I'm cool enough, but is there an opportunity in youth? And one, you've turned out to be very cool. And I think all of our high school students would affirm that. But how has God stretched you or grown you as you've been on the team and kind of led in high school ministry?
Yeah, well, first of all, it was you right after that. You said, okay, we don't have to worry about that, but really what you have to worry about is just being there and showing up and just like a constant in these students' life. That's more important for these students is just, showing up week after week, just the time thing, just spending time with them. That was being most important. How's God stretched me? I never really saw myself as qualified. And so I had heard this quote, I have no idea where it came from, but God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And so just with leading, I got to, you invited some of the leaders to get up and actually do a lesson for the students, and so I was really pushed in that. I'm not good public speaking, as you can tell right now, but I was able to lead and teach message about the woman at the well. It was a story that meant a lot to me, and so I was pushed in that way. I also ended up leading a girls' Bible study, which was. So we meet on Wednesday nights for youth group, and then the girls and I would get together, and I led it at my house. And just the experience of really the one-on-one with the youth girls was important. It was needed. Just what what girls nowadays deal with, and just what the world says they are. We did a Bible study about identity, and so it just pushed me in that. And honestly, even prepared me for having a teenage girl someday.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What's so cool about that Bible study that you led, you acted like you just fell into it, but you initiated that.
Oh,
That was your idea. And it was a great idea. What was so funny is I ended up hearing like, yeah, the book you read, like, the book was okay, but the time with Lindsay was so good. That's what the girls treasured and wanted and recognized your impact in. I love that. And to your statement about being qualified, like even as you've served, I've watched God like highlight and use your natural gifting. I love that you've never promised to be like a perfect or like have it all together person, but you've just let your honest and authentic life be the leadership that our high school students need. They adore you. Like, I think they call you like a leader and a pastor to them, but they also call you a friend, which is like pretty incredible. You've let them in your home. You've let them around your kids. They've gotten to watch you parent, watch you be a wife. I just think all that stuff is like the gold of what you making yourself available to God has done in Mosaic Youth.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah.
So I just want to celebrate Lindsay for you to hear her story about how her life kind of intersected with Mosaic Youth, and to hear that thing about qualification, that God does the qualifying, not once we think we're up for it, that's when we should start leading or being involved. And then just to hear like Lindsay's impact over the last several school years has been impactful for our whole high school community, particularly a bunch of young women who know you and love you and adore you and call you a friend. And so if you're around youth tonight, pop in, say hi, say thank you to Lindsay as they make a transition out of town the end of this week. And if you're curious about being involved with youth in a role like Lindsay has played, if there's something that resonates with her story and you, I'd love to just have that conversation with you. You can email me at connor@mosaicportland.org. And then students, tonight, it's Wednesday. We're also starting homework club, so you can come 3:30 or later, anytime after school. Come hang out, do your homework here, have dinner with us, and then youth is at 7. All right, have a great rest of your week.